Look around you right now. Don't change anything. Don't put on an act. Just observe. If you feel like your life has turned into an endless list of obligations, where your body and mind always take a back seat, you are likely living on the invisible edge of burnout. There is a direct biological and neurochemical link between the lack of boundaries in your routine and the suffocating anxiety that tightens your chest at the end of each day. In the next 12 minutes, I'll explain the practical neuroscience behind genuine self-care and give you 3 Japanese minimalism micro-habits to restore your vital energy and inner peace, starting today. And our first practical step begins in exactly 2 minutes. If you reach the end of the day feeling like you've carried the weight of the world on your shoulders, yet still harbor a nagging guilt for thinking you didn't do enough, listen closely to what I'm about to say. It isn't your fault. This isn't a personal flaw. It's your brain operating in survival mode while trying to balance disproportionate external demands in a world that doesn't know how to slow down. You aren't failing. Your body is simply asking you, in an anguished whisper, to come back home. In applied neuroscience, true self-care has nothing to do with superficial consumption or sporadic moments of luxury. Real self-care is the conscious regulation of your autonomic nervous system. When you live on autopilot, attending to others' urgent needs without taking a breath, your amygdala interprets this constant rush as an imminent threat to your life. Imagine your mind as a web browser with 40 tabs open at once, causing the system to crash because it's consuming too much memory. Every unspoken commitment, every worry, and every demand acts like an open window, draining your cognitive resources in the background. Do you know why your brain does this? Because it perceives that you are in danger and floods your bloodstream with continuous doses of cortisol and adrenaline. That is exactly why you feel that inexplicable irritability and a physical exhaustion that doesn't go away, even after sleeping. And that is the very logic we are going to build upon together today. To deactivate this biological alarm right now, let's apply our first micro-action, the MA habit, the principle of open space. In the 2 minutes following this video, find a quiet corner of your home, sit with your spine straight and place one hand over your chest. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds and exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. This simple change in rhythm stimulates your vagus nerve, sending a direct biological signal to your brain that the emergency is over and you can relax. Answer me this: how many times have you said yes to someone's request while your entire body was screaming no? There is a profound philosophy in Japanese minimalism that teaches us about the wisdom of restraint. In our attempt to embrace everything and everyone, we accumulate demands that do not belong to us. But the mechanics of the mind work much like pouring clean water into a glass filled with mud. Until we remove the excess of unnecessary obligations, mental clarity and peace can never truly take hold. Neuroscience shows us that setting firm boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but an imperative for biological preservation. When you learn to protect your time, your prefrontal cortex regains the ability to focus on what truly matters, regulating dopamine levels and restoring a sense of control over your own life. Recognize and feel how protecting your energy is the only sustainable way to continue lovingly caring for those you hold dear. If this reflection resonates with you and brings a sense of relief, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That is how we allow this message of serenity to reach more women who also need to slow down today. Now, let's talk about our second practical micro-action, clearing your priority filter. This exercise takes less than 2 minutes, but can completely transform how you view your daily routine. Grab a sheet of paper or open the Notes app on your phone. Write down every task you plan to do today without filtering anything out. Then look at that list honestly and ask yourself a crucial question. Which of these tasks did I agree to do solely to avoid disappointing someone? Choose just one. It doesn't have to be the biggest or the hardest task. Simply identify an obligation that isn't truly urgent, one that exists only because you found it difficult to say no. Now, make a conscious decision. If possible, cancel the task, postpone it, or delegate it to someone else. This small gesture may seem simple, but it represents a profound shift. Every time you set a healthy boundary, you teach your brain that your time has value too. Saying no to excessive external demands is often the first yes you offer to your own mental health. When we begin to practice this kind of self-care, we realize something transformative. The way we organize our days often reflects the way we treat ourselves. Those who believe they need to please everyone end up carrying a burden that never ends. But there is a truth about exhaustion that few people talk about. Often, the problem isn't just the number of commitments. The real weight lies in the reason why we stay busy all the time. At times, the rush becomes an unconscious way to avoid silence. While we are solving problems, answering messages, meeting deadlines, and living up to everyone's expectations, there is no room left to look inward. We don't have to face our frustrations, our fears, the feeling of loneliness, or those dreams that have been put off over the years. Silence can be uncomfortable precisely because it confronts us with questions that our daily routine manages to mask. That is why slowing down means more than just doing fewer things. It means creating space to listen to your own mind without needing to escape it. Neuroscience shows that the brain retains its capacity for adaptation throughout life, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. When you consciously and repeatedly alter how you set priorities, establish boundaries, and care for yourself, you strengthen new behavioral patterns and make these choices feel more natural over time. It is important to remember that being busy does not necessarily mean running away from oneself. There are phases in life when an overwhelming workload is real and unavoidable. Even so, carving out brief moments to reflect, rest, and acknowledge your own needs can help alleviate emotional overload. Self-care is neither a reward reserved for when everything is sorted out, nor a luxury that fits only into weekends. It is a daily practice of self-respect. Gradually, you build an inner life that is calmer, more secure, and more welcoming, a life from which you feel no constant need to escape. And that is why our third micro-action is the most profound and transformative of all: the nighttime anchoring ritual. Every night, exactly 30 minutes before going to bed, turn off all screens in your environment. Switch off harsh overhead lights and turn on only soft, warm-toned lighting. Use these final minutes to massage your hands or feet with a soothing cream, focusing entirely on the sensation of touch. This tactile and visual stimulus signals to your nervous system that you are safe, allowing the pineal gland to release melatonin for restorative sleep. Notice how everything fits together in perfect harmony. The open space of Ma calms your brain's reactivity. The priority filter protects your precious time. And nighttime grounding restores peace to your weary body. Self-care ceases to be a burden and becomes a daily celebration of your own existence. Always remember this grounding mantra. Treat your inner temple with kindness, for it is where your soul has chosen to dwell. When you make yourself a priority, the world around you finally finds balance. If you feel ready to take charge of your well-being and peace of mind starting today, make a sincere commitment to yourself and your journey. Write the phrase, "I choose my peace," in the comments below. By typing these words, you declare a public intention to care for your life and inspire other women to do the same. Share this video with a friend, your sister, or anyone dear to you who needs a moment of healing and slowing down today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue walking with us on this journey of self-discovery. The Essential Whispers. Allow the essential to whisper the path of healing in your life. Thank you so much for breathing, learning, and finding stillness with me today. Stay mindful, and I'll see you in the next video.